Hello and welcome to another episode of Squirtified Engineering. I'm Sprutis, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and pressing that thumbs up button for liking the episode, and please have a look at my other content to see if there is something you like. So it's the next day. I see that the battery is about to run out in my EOS, but when the battery ran out on the GoPro, I was wiping down the walls with a damp microfiber towel, and I'm now and after that that's what I was doing, and I'm currently in the process of preparing for paint, the primer that is. And before I remove it, this is the box for the wall sander that I was using. You've seen me use it, and it's 600 watts, 225 millimeter disc, and it's been working quite good. And I've been using 150 grit paper on it, and it's a rotary. The downside is that the machine itself is on the sanding head, so you're always moving the machine around instead of having something with a trickier transmission, in other words, where you have the machine close to your body. Don't know if those machines exist, but then it would require a transmission of power up to the sanding head. I will now be using a simple brush to take all the edges. I will not mask the edges because it will give me a false sense of security, considering the roof is this it's not even, so if I were to paint against the tape it would bleed. I couldn't find my mixing thingy, so I instead have this. I found a threaded rod, and this will be what mixes the paint. I think it would be good enough. It will take a bit longer than having the proper mixing bit. And finally I will have some paint on the walls. So well, first I need to clean up more, and then I will start the painting. Finally, some primer on the walls. 10 liters of this Loft cello, my home, my colors. I read on it that it only takes 1 hour for it to dry. So I now have 10 liters of paint on the walls. And if you're not familiar with why you're using primer on this, it's because you want the same sort of starting point when it comes to color, so that you don't have to spend too much top coat in order to get an even color on all the walls or the surface that you're working on. And also you saw me walking around and adding some paint here and there. That's because different surfaces require different amounts of paint. Just checking that the microphone is in. So what happened was some surfaces will suck in more paint than other surfaces, so it will look kind of porous. You say it like that? Poröst. Lots of pinholes. But I think it's pretty even now, and I was being a fool earlier for having my mind set on having a very smooth wall, since the painting technique I'm using will give it some sort of texture. And also when you play around like I did and write stuff on the wall and you don't do it carefully, then you will have too much paint in some places. So let's see if we can see it. Yeah, so you have this and this. So I will carefully run a piece of sandpaper over it just to bring it down a little bit. I will anyway have things standing there, so I guess most of the walls will not even be visible. And you also saw me poking holes in the wall. That's because I already have mounting points for a TV mount and some cupboards. So in case I want to use them, I already have the holes. So also if I put another mount or cupboard up, then I will not be sort of drilling on the edge of that hole. And yes, you did see me pour out paint on the floor, and yes, you also did see me step in it. So that's one thing you can do with paint. I cleaned all the brushes and the rollers and the pans, so that I can use it for the top coat. And my mixing stick didn't work so well. The small miniature mixing stick on the end broke off, and the small M8 screw was not big enough. But fortunately I saw that the can opener had a small hole, so it got to act like as my mixing stick. I think it worked quite well. So Finally, some paint. Soon I will have my living room back. Really nice feeling. So please drop any comments, ask questions, let me know if you think I'm doing something wrong. It's hard to change now, but I can take you with me for the next project. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's very important to me. And stay safe, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. I almost forgot. You could also see me getting some help. So thanks very much to that person. If you enjoy seeing her in the episodes, please let me know, and I will try and bring her in a bit more. That's it. Thank you.